Released by Doogee. Let's check the specification first. This is a 4.5-inch phone with QHD resolution. It has the newest quad-core processor by MTK. It's MT6732, and it is 64-bit processor, which means that it will work really well under Android Lollipop, the newest Android 5.0. The processor is clocked at 1.5 GHz. The phone has 1 GB RAM memory and 8 GB internal storage. You can see the specification on the box itself. The phone is LTE enabled. It supports 4G and also supports a wide variety of 2G and 3G frequencies. It has 8 megapixel rear camera and 5 megapixels front camera. Let's check what's in the box first. Okay, again, Doogee put lots of efforts to impress us with design. The box looks really nice. It has a short manual, which is luckily is in English. So if you are totally not familiar with smartphones, then you can take a look at this quick guide. We also have a spare screen protector. The phone came with one screen protector put already. And of course we have a charger, micro USB cable and hands-free. It's a little bit difficult to take them out. Okay, let's try with the hands-free. They are all branded, Doogee branded. There was a sign somewhere here. Okay, this is the hands-free. This is the micro USB cable. And this is the charger, which I can't take out at the moment. Anyway, let's put this aside and take a look at the phone itself. The phone has really beautiful design. It's really light. It's just 110 grams. Actually, it's 112. It's really light. It has a metal frame on left and right side. At the same time, there is a plastic frame which looks like a metal on the top and the bottom, but it's just plastic, it's not metal. As we said, it has really beautiful design, but we found some issues in the build quality. First of all, the buttons right here, the volume rocker and the power button, are very loose, and you can probably hear the sound. This is the sound which is produced by the buttons. You can see they are moving. Very loose buttons. And they're making a rattle sound because they knock on the metal frame. The other issue we noticed, the plastic frame right here is not very solid. You can press it and it produces a squeaky sound. It can be pressed. It's not very stable, but it's really comfortable to hold it in the hand. It's really light. Let's check what's under the backlit. Actually, it's difficult to remove the backlit, and when you try it for the first time, you probably feel like you're almost breaking the phone. Okay, finally. Okay, I just pushed the box. Never mind. This is the battery. It has a capacity of 2000 milliamperes, and there are two SIM card slots. It's one micro SIM card and one normal mini SIM card. It has also TF card support for external memory up to 64 gigabytes. At the bottom you can see the speaker. It's right here at the bottom. And you can see that the phone is 4G enabled. You can see the LTE model here. Okay, let's put it back and turn the phone on. Okay, I don't know if you hear the sound of the buttons. We tested the phone for a few days and we can say that it performs really smooth. The 64-bit processor is really powerful and you have no problems and you encounter no lag at all. The phone runs perfect. Okay, it's loading. Let me just decrease the brightness so you're actually able to see the screen, and we'll put that to minimum. Okay, this is the phone itself. Actually, we put Google Now launcher. The phone comes with another launcher which is modified by Doogee. Let's check the settings first. There are some interesting options here. You see that there is a hotnode enabled, which means that you can transfer files similar to NFC between two devices which support hotnode. What else can we show you here? The system gestures. Let's check this menu. You can see this by yourself. Sliding with two fingers will just take a screenshot, and you can adjust the volume by sliding with two fingers or double tap on the home button to lock the screen. You see, double tap will lock the screen. Okay, the options are really interesting. However, you can encounter some issues with the two fingers volume. Let me show you what I mean. As you probably know, with Android KitKat, the phone is running Android KitKat. When you slide with two fingers from the top, you actually access the toggles. However, now when you slide with two fingers, you adjust the volume. Okay, so try to slide with two fingers and it's the volume, not the toggles. So actually you break this functionality in KitKat and you're not able to access the toggles with sliding with two fingers. Okay, let's move to the next section. We found it interesting. This is the Smart Wake Up, and we've seen this with other Chinese smartphones. Actually, this gives you access to the phone, to some applications when the phone is locked and the screen is turned off. Let me just show you what this means. For example, if I want to text somebody, you see the screen is off, and I just need to draw W, and this gives me access to my messages. However, this will only work with the stock messaging application. In our case, we already installed Textra, and that's why it didn't work. Let me try with some other gesture. For example, this should unlock the phone. Okay, and this should start the camera, I think. And here is the camera. These are the gestures, the off-screen gestures we just talked about. And there is also smart gestures. They will allow you to browse around your pictures by waving your hand right here. Let me just show you with the launcher. You just wave your hand. Actually, the sensor is somewhere here. I'm not sure how close it should be. Okay, for some reason it doesn't work. Maybe it doesn't work with the launcher we are using, but just with the stock launcher. Let's try with the gallery. Let's open one picture. Okay, it works here. So probably it's because of the launcher. Let me show you the stock launcher the phone comes with. It's called Launcher 3 and it has slightly modified icons by Doogee. This is how they look like. You see the difference? We put Google Now before, and this is the stock launcher. Let's move back to the settings. Actually, this is everything interesting in this section. There is a dedicated power saving mode, and you can choose at what percentage you want to be activated. This is the smart saving mode, and you just need to configure at what percentage you want to be activated. You see at 10, 20 or 30. Also, you can choose what to be enabled during the power saving mode. For example, if you don't want to turn your Wi-Fi during the power saving mode, then just make an exception here and it will save your Wi-Fi. As we said, the phone performs really smooth. We made some tests. You can see the results in the link in our review. Just under the video, you can see the results from all benchmarks we made. Okay, let's move to the camera. The camera is 8 megapixels and it makes some good shots, but keep in mind that during daylight they may be lighter than they should be. The quality is not bad. This is maximum zooming, but the picture looks really nice. So when you're outside and you want to take a good picture, I would advise you to use the HDR mode. Sorry, you should use the HDR mode. It's right here. The HDR mode. The pictures with HDR are very nice. However, the sharpness, the level of sharpness really increased and some of details may be lost if you zoom the picture. However, initially the picture looks really nice and there are much more details, and it's really good to use the HDR mode when you're outside. Again, you can check some picture samples in our review. Follow the link under the video and you'll see the difference between using HDR and normal mode. The camera comes with lots of functions. There are different shooting modes. For example, during the night, you should use the night mode because you won't get good pictures using the normal mode. There's lots of options like voice capture, face detection, or just gesture shots, or maybe take a shot by detecting a smile. Let me just show you the voice capture. We can say just take a look, cheese, and this should take a picture. Cheese, come on. Okay, and here it is, the same picture. Let me show, it's twice. It's the same picture. Okay, these are the options here. The maximum size of the picture is 8 megapixels. There is no interpolation. This is the maximum you can take. There are lots of options here. For example, you can take a picture with the front and the back camera at the same time. You can take continuous shots. It's something like a burst mode, continuous shots, panorama. I'm not sure what this is. Multi-view angle. Okay. Maybe we'll try this and we'll add it to our review because I'm not sure what this is doing. Let me show you some interesting applications related to the camera, which Doogee added with this phone. This is the camera box application, and we didn't find it anywhere else but here with our Doogee phone. It's not available on the Google Play Store. It's very interesting application with lots of options. As you can see here, there are different options for taking a picture. Okay, it's like smile shot, gesture shot, and so on. The pictures you can take can be beautified. There are lots of options for beautification. For example, you can add some makeup. This is a picture of me which I made with applications. You can add makeup. You can just change your eyelashes or add some funny stuff like mustache or hats. But probably the beautification will be most useful for the ladies. And we found this application to work really well. Probably it will be the favorite application of most of the ladies. Some other interesting applications do be included with this phone. You can see the app lock. This allows you to set a password to some applications, so you're the only one who can access them. This is the app lock. Let me just change the launcher because I think the icons are too bright. and probably not very visible in our video. We just try again with Google Now. Okay, so this is the app lock. The next application, there is a file manager. There is an application for documents like Word, Excel, PDF, and so on. You can see that the phone supports lots of different sensors, and we can test them here. So it has accelerator. There is no gyroscope and compass, but it has proximity and light sensor. You can see that the results will change when I cover them. So they definitely work. The GPS works really well. We tried it on the streets and we had no problems with the signal. It worked all the time and calculated our directions correctly. The phone comes with one of the latest GPUs available, so the graphics are really nice and really smooth. It has the same GPU as Galaxy Note 4. Let me show you by starting Asphalt 8. I'm not sure if I have internet connection at the moment. I think I don't. Okay. The sound is really good as well. You can see the speaker right here. The sound is good. I'll just decrease it because it's too noisy. And let's just try one quick race. I hope it can run without an internet. I'm not sure if you see it really good because of the reflections of the light. It's loading. Okay, great. The graphics are really nice. We reach really high results, even higher results than Note 4 and Xperia Z1, and really more expensive phones than our Doogee. But you can see that it runs really smooth. Absolutely no problems running Asphalt and other heavy games. Okay, enough playing. You see that it runs really smooth. However, there is one issue we noticed with the display, and we noticed the same issue before with our Doogee Leo that we reviewed recently. The display gets so-called burns. For example, if I let the display to stay let's like this, for example, several seconds, and then I switch to another section, the icons which are displayed here will remain burnt on the display like white watermarks, but this happens only when the brightness is increased. I will increase the brightness just to try to show you what I mean. I'm not sure if it will be visible. Okay, so I'll just keep the display for a few seconds with all the icons here. Remember where they are and what icons. You see Google Play Store, Chrome, camera, settings, and I'll quickly open the gallery application, which unfortunately didn't start it initially. I'm not sure if it's visible, so just try it again. Okay, when I switch the gallery settings, you'll be able to see right here again Chrome, Play Store, settings, camera, and so on. They will be still on the screen and they will stay there for a few seconds. As I said, they're like white watermarks. I'm not sure if it's visible, but it's visible for me. Anyway, you can check the pictures we uploaded. We know about this issue and probably it's not a defective unit, but just some cheap materials, production materials that are used by Doogee. Okay, maybe that's all about the phone. Let me tell you what are the good things about it and what are the things we didn't like very much. First, it's really light. The design is good. It feels good in the hand. It's easy to hold. However, the buttons are loose and they produce some annoying sound. Probably this frame here, maybe the one here too, after some time, they're weak points and not very stable. The display is not so bad, but it gets strange burns. We can't explain that. It's a little bit annoying if you keep the brightness at higher levels because you notice the burns all the time. The colors are a little bit dark, but it's just during just when browsing the phone, we didn't notice really dark colors when we played Asphalt, for example. With our Doogee Leo, we had really big problems playing Asphalt. It was almost impossible to see anything, but the colors itself are a little bit dark, and maybe it's because of the resolution, but it's just dark here. They are darker than we think they should be. Okay, anyway, the phone is really fast. It performs perfect. You have no problems running games, multitasking, or whatever. The processor is really fast. And the best news is that Doogee promised that this phone will receive Android Lollipop, the latest Android 5.0. So you can stay tuned and just wait for the update, because probably the phone will become much more powerful. Android Lollipop combined with the 60-bit processor, this means lots of power. You can see that it's running Android 4.4.4, so it's just really close to the update. The phone cost about $120. It has 2G, 3G and 4G enabled, 2 SIM cards. It's a good deal for this money. The battery can last about 2 days. The camera is not bad, but it's not good. For this price, we can say that it's actually good. Last thing we forgot to mention, the buttons right here, the 3 buttons, there is no backlight. It's just drawing, so you won't be able to see them in dark room. Sorry, we forgot to mention this. Okay, anyway, if you like a very compact phone, which is fast, then maybe you can consider buying a Doogee. It's a good phone. Thank you very much for watching us. Bye bye.